Fantasy Footballers Sunday Live.
We made it, everybody. Got to go hat backwards for this one. Welcome into Sunday Live. It's week 10. Thank you so much for your patience. I can tell you with 100% certainty this was not poop related. I saw the comments. I think it's a pretty good guess of lately what's going on with the Fantasy Footballers headquarters. But the program that we use that helps us broadcast our signal to everywhere, it's apparently down, so we had to make once we figured that out, we made the judgment call, hey, we'll go to YouTube Live. We'll give the people what they need, the best of our ability. So here we are. Thank you for joining us on this fine Sunday Live. Wild times, wild things going on in this game here of, the Giants just getting absolutely pummeled. Now they're not. Chuba Hubbard went down for the season, but no, he's back on the field. Malik Neighbors went down with a concussion, but no, he's back. So just absolutely insanity going on here. We got a 3-point game, but welcome in. We got a lot to talk about, so let's get into it.
The big picture.
All right, Dak is out. The reports get gloomier and gloomier, but we don't have a finality yet. Just plan to be without Dak Prescott for the remaining future and adjust the weapons as necessary. We'll see if Cooper Rush still has a little bit of magic left in here. Trevor Lawrence, that situation does seem to be escalating as well. You know, there was rumors through the week that he's going to have to get a surgery to end the season. Ian Rappaport was like, whoa. No one said that. The people are starting to say that. They're getting a little bit louder. But in the time being, Trevor Lawrence will be out. Mac Jones will be starting. It's fun to make fun of Mac Jones, but honestly, it could be a lot worse for a backup quarterback. He at least has experience and has won some games. At the running back position, Brian Robinson remains out here for the Washington Commanders. Backup running backs, Dameon Pierce, Jamal Williams, they are out. Christian McCaffrey, we are back. We are so back, ladies and gentlemen. What type of workload is he going to get? I don't know. I don't care. I'm starting Christian McCaffrey anywhere that I got him. There's no possible way that I'm sitting him down. At the wide receiver position, Michael Pittman was officially ruled out. I talked about how that was trending that way with him missing Thursday's practice. For the Bills, Keon Coleman, Amari Cooper are both out. That is a downgrade, of course, for Josh Allen. Khalil Shakir, Dalton Kincaid. I don't know about that, but I feel pretty good about Khalil Shakir. Mike Evans remains out. Jalen McMillan, though, that was quite the odyssey of the week of him missing last week's game. Is he in or out of practice? Conflicting reports. But the report for this morning, he's good to go. He is going to play. Drake London will be in for the Falcons. That's great news with that hip pointer. Deebo Samuel will be back for the 49ers. Brian Thomas and Gabe Davis are in. I'm probably playing Brian Thomas, but then the big stuff. We'll go. Chris Olave was placed on the IR. Are we going to see him the rest of the season? Who knows? But the big stuff, here we go. Nico Collins was designated to return while we were recording the show. Saturday, at the buzzer beater, we got news that Nico has been activated after getting in a limited practice on Friday, activated to the 53. Is he playing? We still do not know. Combine that with, Tank Dell is listed as a game-time decision as well. I feel more confident about Dell. But Tyreek Hill, now he's a game-time decision on Monday night after it sounds like re-aggravating a wrist injury that he's been dealing with. So here is the honest truth about Nico and Tyreek. So if you're in the mentions, do I play this person or Nico? I don't know. And that's just I don't know. But here's what I know. The trend, if I have to guess, I bet Nico is playing. That's how I am approaching things with Nico, but you better have a backup option. If you can put him in your flex and then pick up maybe Jonnu Smith for Monday night. Maybe I have a league where we're playing Nico and our our backdoor insurance wide receiver somehow, because it's almost like a dynasty, is Malik Washington of the Miami Dolphins, rookie wide receiver. Because if Nico's out and then somehow Tyreek is out, we got a guy. But it's the options are very limited if you're going to be waiting for Nico on the Sunday night. And how do you decide if you're going to do it? Do you just need some points because you're looking really good? Then just take the points. Like, if Nico could be on limited snaps. This is fully Puka Nacua. So just go back a couple weeks when we had Puka Nacua of, well, he's going to play. How much? We don't know. It's probably going to be limited. Nico Collins is a true superstar player. If you have him, I'm probably playing him. I mean, come on. Let's live a little. But please try and find a backup option, because I have no guarantees that he's playing. I have no guarantees that Tyreek is playing. Like, if Tyreek, that's even more difficult. You better go pick up like Malik Washington or Odell or Jonnu Smith, and that would be your backup option. But that is it. TheFantasyFootballers.com. That's the hub. That's where the rankings are right now. The start sit tool, access to our real premium stuff. If you have a Foot Clan membership, and with the start sit tool, we keep track because there's some hot players. Papa Josh, let's tell you, if the hot players are Nico or Tyreek Hill, I will not be taking those questions.
That was one of them, but
okay.
I took it out.
They're just like, is the guy playing? I don't know. I can't give Nico and Tyreek. It's all risk mitigation, risk reward. What can you stomach? And that's a decision that you have to make personally. You can't blame me because I'm not the one putting your lineup in. You got to make that choice for yourself. But anyway, start sit tool. We take a look at guys who are trending, who are hot, and that's what we're going to do right now.
He's so hot right now.
All right, Papa Josh, who definitely is not the reason that we had to start 20 minutes late. Who's hot right now?
Thank you for clarifying that also.
I said definitely not.
All right, first one up. You mentioned Brian Thomas Jr.
Yeah.
And I'm seeing this a lot in chat as well, or Tank Dell.
So Tank Dell, I mean, like I said, Tank Dell's got his own injury designation situation going on. Let me see if there's anything further. I'll try. You can also check on.
He's game time decision currently.
So that's, goodness gracious, all these game time decisions, man. That makes things very, very difficult. Meanwhile, it's an injured Brian Thomas with a backup quarterback. They are playing Minnesota, so you do have that pass funnel. Dude, Justin Jefferson's going to score so many points today. Just, oh my gosh. I saw a report, they're like, we're not going to shadow him. And I mean, I don't know if they're like Jacksonville has someone who, I don't know. It's all weird. But Justin Jefferson's going to score a bajillion points today. If I had those two guys, oh my gosh, I think I would. I think I'd put Brian Thomas in. I would rather play Tank Dell against Detroit, especially if Nico is there. I think that really helps Tank Dell. But again, that's a situation of, do you have an insurance policy? Because if you don't have one for Tank, you could be up a creek holding a nasty, smelly bag, and we don't want that. So it's just taking a look at what the points. My preference is Tank Dell over Brian Thomas, but I don't know if you have that luxury. Who's next?
Well, people are curious about Brian Thomas, so
yeah, of course
it
they
is
are.
Brian Thomas or Marvin Harrison.
Okay, I do have Brian Thomas slightly ahead of my rankings. Marv is taking on the New York Jets. That could certainly be a struggle for the Arizona Cardinals offense. That's the way that I'm projecting it will go. Yeah, I would play Brian Thomas, I think. I'm gonna stick with my rankings of where they are currently. I'd put Brian Thomas in. Marv is in such a weird spot here of Marv goes, like, is it Marv goes as Kyler goes, or is it Kyler goes as Marv goes? You know, it's real chicken or egg. Like, I'm true. I don't know who's causing what problems. But if I have both of them, I'm just gonna take Brian Thomas. I'm gonna sit that down. If Marv is great on the bench, hey, good. That's great. Who's next?
All right, we're moving to the running backs. James Conner or Kareem Hunt?
Okay. So Jason, I think it was Jason was saying he really likes James Conner this week. Those guys are, of course, back-to-back in the rankings. I think that Denver's defense will put up a bit more of a fight. I said that on the podcast against the Chiefs. Man, I think if I had both of them, I would put James Conner in. I would stick with that. Look, Kareem Hunt, for a guy off the street, a guy of his age and usage in the NFL, he's playing fine. And the Chiefs can be a really high-powered offense. But with James Conner being everything for the Arizona Cardinals, I'm going to stick with him. I'm going to make an adjustment there on the rankings. I'm going to put James Conner at least a little bit ahead of Kareem Hunt. So that's how I'm playing it. Who's next?
Well, it's 2024, and
of
these
course.
next two are going to explain why. Rachaad White or Bucky Irving?
All right. So we're still working with this. I'm Rachaad White. Look, if you've been following the show the last few years, talking about Rachaad White's inefficiencies is a pastime for me. I love it. It feels so great. He hasn't been the last couple of weeks. He's been playing much better. Maybe the line is just playing better for Rachaad White, but he has not looked completely inept when running the ball. I'm going to take Rachaad White because I believe more in his receiving work over Bucky. I mean, they're not like light years apart or anything in my rankings, but Rachaad White is the starter, and that's who I'm going to go with. I think the touchdown opportunity is almost always higher for Rachaad White. So if I have the two until something drastic changes, I'm really playing Rachaad White over Bucky.
Let's see if that holds true for this next one. Tank Bigsby or Travis Etienne?
Neither. Oh, please. Please. Oh, no. So they are playing Minnesota, who is very stout against the run. The NFL's crazy, but process-wise, if you're looking at this on paper, you got to go, I project that the Minnesota Vikings will have a comfortable lead, and that is not great for either of the running backs for the Jacksonville Jaguars. So if I have to pick between the two of them, I'm going to go Travis Etienne. That means that bad people have my family, and they're like, hey, you got to make a decision. Because even then, I'd be like, are you sure? I can go neither. Like, no, you got to pick one. I guess Travis Etienne. But goodness freaking gracious. I'm so sorry if that's your decision. It's not the week for that, but if I got them both, I'm going Etienne.
All right, let's move.
God.
Let's move to the quarterbacks. Maybe this one's a little easier.
All right.
Matthew Stafford or Kyler Murray?
That one I am definitely going to go with Matthew Stafford. Murray against the Jets, I already ran over it. But Stafford with the weapons back. The odd thing here for Stafford is even with the weapons back, Kyron can take everything on any given week. And what I mean is just the touchdowns, that's what you have to have. We've seen Stafford with these guys just not be great for fantasy football, but he's in a much better spot than Kyler Murray this week. So I'm going to stick with Matthew Stafford.
All right, would you take Kyler or Tua?
So Tua plays the Rams. I would go with Tua. Oh, my gosh, the Tyreek Hill news. Oh, goodness gracious. Even with that, I'll take the risk. Oh, man. I don't know what Tua's numbers are. Like, off the top of my head, I can't tell you if it's what Tua's splits will be when Tyreek Hill is not on the field. It's been – I don't know if we even have a sample of that. But either way, I'm pretty off of Kyler Murray this week, which means he'll run for a 50-yard touchdown and do nothing else, but he'll still be good for fantasy. But if I have the two of them, I'm going with Tua.
All right, last one for the quarterbacks. C.J. Stroud or Justin Herbert?
C.J. Stroud or Herbert. So Stroud against Detroit is someone I don't want to play unless Nico is playing. The Herbert. I feel like Herbert. I mean, they're very, very close. Very similar range of, like a higher end QB2 for me this week. I think I'd rather play Herbert and not take the risk of Stroud. It's been really, really rough. Even going back to last year when he had Nico and they were at full power, C.J. Stroud frequently was not great for fantasy football. That strange thing of the weapons are getting it done, but the quarterback is not. And with the way they're throwing, I'm gonna go with Herbert. Tennessee, their defense is pretty good, but if they're gonna get it done at all, I'm gonna go with the upside of Huge and Ladd McConkey, which is I know. I'm in face.
All right. Let's move to the tight ends. We got two of these, and then we'll get to the people. T.J. Hawkinson, second game back, or Kyle Pitts?
Man. So Drake London is in. I don't know if that's probably bad news for Kyle Pitts. I was going to say offense or targets, and then, man, I'm taking Hawkinson. I'll take Hawkinson and just hope we're getting those 5 to 6 nasty receptions and hope that he PPRs his way into having a decent game. Kyle Pitts is an okay player in a good offense. This game against the Saints, it's going to be a little bit. I think it'll. I'm not expecting huge things, is the way I'll put it for that particular matchup. Me personally, so I'm going to go with Hawkinson. I'll let it ride. I'll take the limited work.
All right, last one: Jake Ferguson or Hunter Henry?
Okay, now that is a real question. We don't know exactly what Cooper Rush will be with the tight end position. CeeDee Lamb, by the way, I didn't mention it because he's playing. I think the last I saw is he's off the injury report. I don't know how that's possible, but he's gonna fight his way through it. Will Jake Ferguson be the true number 2 option for Cooper Rush? I think that he will. But I do have him a couple spots behind Hunter Henry. Chicago, you can pass, but I feel safer. I feel a little bit safer here with Hunter Henry and what he's been doing the last 3 weeks here with Drake May. It's been looking good, so I'm going to stick with him. Is that it?
That's it.
Oh, my gosh. Are we showing the people this, or are we making them wait? Okay, go to hey, exclusive. Do. Go to the Deucers camp. That's not Papa Josh in the middle. That's a bald Jason Moore. The Saints didn't even win, bro. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm thrown off my game now.
I did his job for him.
There are 2 bald men. 2 bald men in the back there. Hey, congratulations. Congratulations. Is this it? Is this the finality? I'm saying, is this it for the hair?
I don't think there's much I can do anymore. So this might just be the new look.
All right.
But this is the real look right here.
All
so
right, you saw it first
changed.
here on the delayed Sunday Live. You saw it here first. Oh my freaking goodness. All right. The only thing I'm seeing is we got an all caps. I love it, Jason, from Mr. Scampers. So that's it. Small sample, but we're taking that to the bank. All right, to the people.
Stardom, set 'em.
All right. Once again, thank you all so much for sticking with the delays there. We'll try and answer some rapid fire questions here. By the way, thefantasyfootballers.com. The rankings are all there. So go check those out in the Start Sit tool and jointhefoot.com. All of that good stuff. Oh, Kevin
Mike,
Colton.
I don't know if you saw the game has gone into overtime in
Oh, it
Germany.
did.
Yes.
It did. Yeah. Take that, Germany. You get it. It's not over.
The second half of the game was actually pretty good.
So they kicked the field goal then?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, stay tuned, everybody. Really good stuff over there. All right. We got a question here. Talia says, Waddle or Sutton? I'm gonna go with Jalen Waddle there. With the Tyreek Hill injury news up in the air and Cortland Sutton going to be matched up with the Kansas City Chiefs. I'm going to take Jalen Waddle there. Next question. Oh, this one's wild. G-Flow says, Auten, Najee, or Moore? I'm guessing that is DJ Moore. Wow. DJ Moore, Najee Harris, or Cade Auten? I think I'd play Cade Auten. I think I would play the tight end. What a question. What? Oh, that's wild. That's almost never the tight end, but I would go Cade Auten. He is the number 1 option right now for Baker Mayfield, who Baker's still playing great. Let's see. Kai says I have Nico and Tyreek. I am so sorry for what you have to do this weekend. All right, Kimberly says Rico or Ridley. It is a PPR. Both of them have quarterback changes coming up here. Ridley, it's been looking a lot better lately, but that was Mason Rudolph because Mason figured out I'm not very good, and I'm just going to throw the ball to Calvin Ridley all the time. I don't know if Will Levis has reached that part of his career arc where he thinks I just need to throw it to Ridley all the time. I'll go with Calvin Ridley. I don't know if the Cooper Rush offense, how high-powered will this be? Will Rico still be getting those 6 targets, or will that plummet? It could skyrocket, but I think Calvin Ridley's just the safer and better play. And it's Calvin Ridley. He does have ceiling each and every week. Big play type of a player. Let's see. Jay What says Kyler or Baker. I mean, I don't love Kyler, but and the Baker matchup against the 49ers don't love that, but I'm gonna stay in the flames there with Baker Mayfield. I mean, I think we talked about him last week of if he can put up points against the Chiefs, I'm done with any type of Baker Mayfield doubt unless he puts up a bunch of stinkers in a row. So just put Baker Mayfield out there. It's working. And Jalen McMillan, like I said at the top, he is playing, at least for now. Joshua says full PPR, Taysom Hill or Evan Ingram. I get it's Mac Jones, but I'll stick with Evan Ingram there over the hoping that Taysom gets 5 carries and 1 or 2 of them turn into touchdowns. Joe Flacco or Drake May, says John. What? I don't know. That's a wild question to consider. All right, so Drake May gets Chicago. Meanwhile, Joe Flacco and company, they get the Buffalo Bills. I think I'm going Drake May. I'd go Drake May. The solution for the Colts is they have to be able to get Jonathan Taylor running. And I'm going to take Drake May, who, yes, Chicago is scary, but you can at least throw on them. That game's going to be not fun to watch. But we move on. All right, let's get out of here on this one. Like I said, thefantasyfootballers.com. Go check that out. The rankings will be there. I got to go make sure everything is tweaked exactly where I want it. And the last question is, oh, sure. Let's go with this one. I got Nasty Boys from Mr. Gaz Gazington. Michael Wilson or Demarcus Robinson? Yeah, yes. This is fantasy football here, man. Not, which one of my really awesome players? This is the good stuff. And it is Demarcus Robinson. I will not be playing Michael Wilson against the Jets, hoping that he gets a target or 2. Demarcus Robinson, it's weird. It just works, though. When Puka and Cooper Kupp are on the field, you can't guard everyone, and Demarcus Robinson is the option who he just gets touchdowns. So that's going to do it, everybody. Hopefully next week we will be back to full strength for Sunday Live, but thank you for tuning in. Wish you nothing but the best, and your enemies just absolute tragedy, like happened to Mr. Brooks when he faced Jamar Chase. Keep it beautiful, everyone. Goodbye. Mwah.